Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. I'm thrilled to be in the year 2022, a little fresh start for all of us. We've had a hard couple of years. I am stoked on Illustrated Faith in this beautiful color palette that matches perfectly with the Compassion Cure written by my dear bestie friend Eliza Hall. This is still available if you want to pick it up. This is early January. If it's not available when you watch this video, you can always pick up the devotional as a digital, and I would highly recommend you do this. It's a great devotional to start off a year, but it's also going to be great just year round for anybody that needs to be reminded what compassion and empathy, love, understanding, peace means in the eyes of Jesus. So the Compassion Cure, make sure you get that. And then let's jump into Shawna's new set. Oh, she's got me with the rainbows. So her new set is called Ready for Rainbows, and as I walk you through the set, I'm going to be reading her heart behind it. So let's do this. Okay, for Shawna's new collection, she has 3 pages of ephemera, 2 pages of card set, and then she has a paper pack. So there's 3 different sets in her collection called Ready for Rainbows. And I want to read the heart behind it, her heart behind it. And she says, "This year, maybe more than ever before, I'm feeling a New Year's ache for rainbows. These past few years have hit humanity hard, and as I ponder what is to come, I can't help myself but return again and again and again to hope. This year, I'm hoping for rainbows, for beauty, for restoration, for promises fulfilled, and I can't help but trust that it is all on the way. Ready for Rainbows is filled with versatile, bright, and colorful elements designed to help you capture your own hope-filled intentions. May it bring you a smile and a reminder that there are indeed good things ahead. As we step into 2022, I'm hoping for rainbows for all of us throughout this brand new year." And bravo, Shawna Clingerman. I too am praying for rainbows, praying for happiness, not only for myself, but everyone around me as well. So here's the first page of her 2-page card set. I'm going to be focusing on that little white card on the previous page that says, "Dear God, I am ready. Love me." And then she also has a 4-page set of full-size pattern paper in this collection, and I love it. These little hearts match the hearts in her ephemera set, and I feel like they're just little hearts floating up to God with all of our prayers. That page, the black page with the stripes, that was full size, but I decided to cut a little bit off of it, kind of trying to conserve my ink, and I won't need that much. Okay, and yes, friends, guess who got an Interleaf Bible? I did. So this is my hardcover Interleaf Bible. I also got another one that I'll be sharing in another video. And I don't have the deli paper that everyone uses behind, so I'm using freezer paper. It's okay. We have to build up our stash and our supplies, but what I want to share here is that I briefly showed Eliza's introduction for her devotional, and I'm focusing in on the last thing she said in the introduction. She wrote, "Keep this question in mind as you read through this devotional. What lesson is God teaching me this season?" And I think that is so powerful and something that we should really be thinking about all the time. He always has lessons for us, and with everything that's going on in this world, there are so many lessons to be learned. I personally am learning them all the time. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with Shawna's set, I was looking at her verses, and she has Ecclesiastes 3:11, and I decided to focus on Ecclesiastes 3, about 3:1 through 13-ish, and I'm going to share those in a minute. In the meantime here, just to give you an idea, because I don't believe I've painted anything on this channel, I used Liquitex white gesso as a prep for my page. If you've never used gesso, basically the definition of it is an opaque matte white ground applied to surfaces to seal and prepare before painting. And I use it before, and sometimes I'll even use it after I've mixed it with paint to kind of give my paint a little bit more of a prep. So I will put that down below in case you want to use it, because I have not painted on my channel yet. So that's something you're going to see me do a lot more of this year. So I prepped this page, and now I'm going in and I'm going to make my background some yellow. I wanted to give this page some color because Shawna's whole set is color. The whole illustrated faith color palette, color crush for the devotional and the month is bright colors, and that's just how I want to start out the year. I want to start out with bright, colorful, fun colors. Along with that, I also used a heat tool. That pink tool is an embossing tool. I've had it since the early I've had it since the early 90s. So if I was to let you hear the sound of it, it's super loud. I know a lot of people have blow dryer type heat tools that aren't so loud. So I highly doubt you can get the tool that I have, but if you don't have a heat tool, just let your stuff dry in between, go get some coffee. Everything dries pretty quickly when it's acrylic, and the gesso dries pretty quickly as well. So as I continue to prep this page and put down the background, you're going to see me bring in some ephemera, and I just want to talk about where I'm at in the Bible and why I decided to use the verse I did. I was focusing in on Ecclesiastes 3. Shawna's set had a verse, Ecclesiastes 3:11, and I went back and read Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm choosing to use Ecclesiastes 3:1 through about 12. And I think it's kind of perfect to start a fresh season. Depending on what Bible you have, it has a little chapter note saying a time for everything. And I'm going to share that here in a minute. I want to just tell you that I had planned on writing Teach Me, Lord, or Teach Me with the Eliza Alpha stamp for the kit here. And once I got the teach down, I didn't like it that much, so I'm covering it up. So I just really want to tell you guys that it's okay to make mistakes. Don't think that you have to, give up on a page. I tried to cover it up with paint, didn't work all that well. I knew I was going to end up putting ephemera on it, so I'm just adjusting my ephemera up. So, hey, we all are creative and creatives, and with that, we all make mistakes. So don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay. I'm covering that up and I'm sharing it because I just want you all to know that nobody's perfect and things happen. And yes, I could cut that out of my video, but I think it's more important just to share that it can be covered up as well. So now let's talk the Bible verses and my heart behind it and why I really focused in on this as you see me kind of putting this page together. So again, I focused on Ecclesiastes 3:1 through 12, and I'm going to read them because I think it's very important and just very timely for the beginning of the year. It says, "For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on us all. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So I concluded there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And people should eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of their labor, for these are gifts from God. And gosh, how perfect is that just to kick off a new year? Like, we're all going through a different season in our life. And one thing that we can all relate to is we're all starting a brand new year. This is a brand new season. It is turning the page on the year 2021 and getting a fresh 365 days, or by the time this is posted, maybe about 361 days. But it's a time to just reflect on the past and focus on the future. And that's a lot of kind of what Eliza is talking about in the Compassion Cures. She focuses in on 4 subjects. And obviously the main one is being compassion and empathy. And I feel like when you're going through seasons, you have to have an open heart to people, whether that is compassion, it's love, it's understanding, or peace. And I believe that the only way you can get that is really through knowing Jesus, having a personal relationship with him. And I myself, especially in the last 6 months, my love for Jesus has exploded, and what he's doing in my life and what I am being prompted to share and do, all is coming from getting that quality time with him, spending time in my Bible, no matter what the season is, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what is going on around me, because that is building me up and preparing me to not only be the best that I can be, but also be the best that I can be for others. So I chose here this little card that says, "Dear God, I am ready." And then it says, "Love me." It's a little heart. And I really feel like that's me right now. Like, I am ready. It's a brand new year. My heart is open. My eyes are open. I am ready with my hands open to you to share your word in whatever way I can, to reach as many people as I can, and to just have that compassionate heart and love and peace and understanding that Jesus had here on earth with so many people. So I hope that helps you and maybe inspires you to also just open your hands up to the Lord and be ready for whatever it is that he wants you to do. I'm seeing a lot of really awesome things happening in the community, and I'm so excited just to continue to pursue my faith and my love for Jesus and to help others follow him. So there's my little tidbit of study for this video. And now let's jump back into what I'm doing here. So I think it's really fun when you guys leave comments like, "Oh, I like that you audition your pieces." Yes, I am an auditioner. This video, if I would have let it play out, would have been 2 hours long. I really like to put things together once I have figured out where my focus is going. So to go along with Shawna's beautiful bright pieces, I have taken some of the ephemera from the Compassion Cure kit. So if you do not have the kit, you can print out this ephemera. You can buy it and print it from the digital shop from Illustrated Faith. So you could easily redo this page and just put some black and white florals of your own in the background, or leave that blank, but everything that I'm doing is pretty much available to you. And I just want to make sure you know that, and know that you don't always have to have a kit to still participate in what the community is doing. I personally have not always been able to buy the kits, and it's a month by month thing. So don't feel like you're left out. Like, you can really get some great digital items in the store. So as I am continuing to work through this, you see me cutting down a lot of the pieces, and I talk about this a lot. Like, once you get the digital sets, you can do whatever you want. So I knew I was going to use Shawna's florals, but I wanted to make sure that my page was even with color. And how I did that was I just cut apart some of the flowers. She had like 2 main flowers in the set, and instead of printing out more pages, I decided to use what was in the initial set and just cut out what I needed. I love these little tiny turquoise flowers, or aqua blue. That's one of my favorite colors. In fact, like my word of the year, the colors I chose are a lot like this page. They're red, pink, and aqua. I kind of feel like, oh, and yellow. I feel like those are just my favorite colors right now, along with the black and white. So that's the reason I've chosen them. And now I'm just going to continue to put this page together. So the little like note with the paper clip on it, that is a piece of ephemera from the kit. This little red ticket that you saw me cut down and put the hole in is from the kit as well. And what I did was, with that Dear God, I Am Ready, I only put the tape runner on the left side and the bottom, because on the back of that ticket is where my journaling is going to go. And I'm going to try to share that with all my videos, where my journaling is going to go. I didn't want to put journaling on this page because I did use up a lot of the middle of it, so I will write on the back of it. And now I'm just bringing in some black paint. I have it on a stencil brush. I like to flick it off a stencil brush to just bring in a little bit more color, and I'm using one of my older Illustrated Faith mats just to cover up the main portion of it. I don't mind if it goes over there to the left on the main page, especially because this is an interleaved Bible and I got an empty page between every page, which is so exciting. Like, it's crazy the things that you just love when you get older and when you love Jesus. So what I'm doing here on my tag is, first I always write the verses that I have focused on. And in this case, again, it's Ephesians 3, 1 through 15. And I'm just going to go in here and write a little prayer to God about this page, how I'm ready for Him to lead me and guide me, and how just I am so thankful for what He continues to do in my life. Okay, so I have my tag all finished up, and that's where it's going to go. And I'm just pulling out some black and white twine. This is one of the best investments I ever made. Twine lasts forever. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to treat this tag like a little luggage tag. So when you do that, you poke it through, and then you take your twine through the loop and pull it out, and you have yourself a little knot. Okay, so now I have my page complete, and changing 2021 to 2022. That's probably one of my most favorite things to do. I'm going to date stamp this, and I decided that I was going to put the date on the page, and then I'm also going to bring up and put something up on the little tag. And let me check and see what I did. I wrote prayed, which my prayer is behind that. So that's going to go up on the tag, and then I'm just putting the date here down at the bottom. And that about wraps up this page. So if you want to pick up Shawna's set, it is in the Illustrated Faith shop. It's on sale for the first 3 days. So now will be a great time to get it. And I just want to thank you all for being here. Whether you have been subscribing since October 28th of last year, or you are new, I genuinely am so happy you are here. And this channel has just blessed me. I'm meeting ladies from all over the world that are seasoned Bible journalers and ladies that are new to Bible journaling. So make sure if you have any questions or comments to leave them below. And you can find me over on Instagram at Create and Daydream. And I will